My name is Melissa Home, and I'm getting married to Amy Dufresne.
I'm Amy, I'm marrying Melissa, and we're getting married at the wedding party.
We met online about 3.5 years ago. It's on a dating app for women.
And then our first date was at my house, watching The Bachelor. That was our first date. And ever since then, we just kind of hit it off. We've been pretty much inseparable ever since.
The rest is history. My personality was not in my pictures initially.
Well, I know, but then when I met you, okay, go.
Okay. The engagement story was kind of crazy. I had no idea that she was proposing.
About 40 minutes out of Hamilton, where we live, I don't know if you're familiar with Niagara Falls. I rented a hotel there.
As we were driving, she put on her turning signal to go to the O'Connell Lodge. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a date night at the O'Connell Lodge. And then she kept going and we went to I think it was the Marriott. And so I was like, oh wow, you must have got a really good deal.
And anybody who knows me, I wouldn't rent a fancy hotel. We don't normally stay at a fancy hotel.
And then as we're going up in the elevator, still clueless.
Still, I had no idea.
Didn't.
So I planned this whole surprise party. So I got her twin sister and husband to go into the room and set up pictures and flowers.
And then there was a bottle of champagne and I was like, what the heck's going on? I'm like, how did they get our pictures? She must have got the date night package.
I proposed to her there, and then everybody was at the restaurant waiting for us.
I remember she grabbed my hands and she's like, you know how much I love you? And then that's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, she's proposing. So then I said yes, but then I didn't even know the next surprise was that she flew people in, our best friends, and they were at the restaurant waiting for us. And so when we walked in, everyone clapped.
So when we walked in, everybody was clapping, and then, yeah, so we just had a big party after.
We never wanted a traditional wedding. I didn't want to have to plan, even down to walking down the aisle, the vows, the dances, everything, speeches.
So when this came up, I thought it was perfect. There's no planning involved, everything's kind of taken care of. And it's just a different experience altogether.
When she told me about it, I'm like, that sounds like the craziest thing ever. The more I read about it, the more interested I was, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope that we get to be a part of it.
Nothing specific, it was just something crazy that we both kind of fell in love with.
She's by far the hardest worker that I've ever seen, and it's not even just at work, but it's at home too, or in her personal life with her family. She's amazing. I couldn't even put into words, and how loved she makes me feel. There's not one day that she comes home from work and doesn't tell me how much she missed me that day or how much she loves me.
Oh.
She'll ask me how much do you love me, or how much did you miss me today? And
How much did you miss me? Yeah.
And I'll say that much. And then she'll say, well, what's the scale? And then I'll go like that. So it's always a little bit lower.
I like that she's driven. If she sets her mind to something, she's passionate about it.
Here we go.
Did you stall on this one?
You better
too?
cry.
I think she probably knows this, but when she got the Shining Star Award at work, I think I was super proud of her. I think it has to do with just being a great provider. She's just such a hard worker. She takes pride in her work.
I think that what makes us unique is the love we have for one another. If you ask any one of our friends who's the most solid couple that you know, I think a lot of them would say Amy and Mel, and it's because we're always doing things together. We're always on road trips together. We're always with friends. We just love being with people, and we love being with each other, and I think it just kind of radiates. We're positive people, and so anytime we're with a group, it's just the funnest time.
She's everything to me. I wake up thinking about her, I go to bed thinking about her, I'm at work, everything reminds me of her. I love her so much.
See, you're good.
Yeah, I just wish I knew what your Shining Star Award actually truly meant.
Yeah.
Because I know you go above and beyond. I just felt like I kind of failed at that.
No, that's good.
Because I was really proud of you.
No, thank you.